Hey guys, just a quick video on DX6i to DX6i buddy boxing. I've seen a few videos regarding buddy boxing because I was a bit unsure how to set it up, but I can only really find videos of DX8 to DX5s and DX6 to DX5. I couldn't find any DX6i to DX6i videos. All seems to work on the same basis, but I thought I'd just put a quick video out there just to show DX6i to DX6i. It was simple. I got the proper official Spectrum lead, and what we've got here just to test it, and this is what I've been flying with my boy, is just a little micro P40. Now the idea is, I've got the master control and my son's got the slave control, and what we've done is we've just put a little bit of tape here just to show this is the slave control. This is set up slightly differently in the expo and the throws just to cater for my boy. So the idea is, what you want to do is basically switch this radio gear on first, select an empty channel, then switch the radio gear back off. And then with the micros, you don't need a bind lead, so you just basically plug the battery into it, put the model down. There'll be a little red flashing light inside it. Switch the master DX6i on, holding the train switch, obviously while you switch it on, and it'll go into bind, and then you'll see when it binds up to the aeroplane. And then the next thing to do is to fly the aeroplane with the master control. Get it trimmed out, set up the expos and the throws in the master control, so as you would be flying it yourself. And then the next thing to do is to switch this master control off, switch the model off, switch the slave control on, find a spare channel on the slave control. Once you've found a spare channel, switch the slave control off again, plug the aeroplane in with this radio gear switched off, and bind the aeroplane to this radio. Once you've done that, you can go on back on. You can switch the whole lot off, go back on this radio, make sure the model's switched off, or switch both radios on, and basically copy your trim settings with your trims over to this one. So just mimic the same amount of trims you've set on it. Switch this one back off, plug the model in, let the model bind up. With a micro, once it's plugged in, you have to leave it sitting down on a flat surface to let the AS3X all sort itself out, and then it will start working. I do believe with this as well, you have to run the motor up before the AS3X will start. So once you've done that, fly the aeroplane on the slave control, and then once you've done that and it's trimmed, switch the whole lot off. And now what we're going to do to buddy box them together is to take the lead. We're not going to plug it into anything yet. Let's get it ready. We're going to switch on the master control. The master control's on. This is on the correct channel for this model. Also remembering on both of the radio gears to obviously change the angle of your aerial. So I'm going to take the model. Remember, the model is bound to both of them, and you have to do that obviously to fly the model to get it trimmed on both, because what will happen is when you send the signal over to the slave control, it might be completely trimmed differently, so you want to set them both up. So now it's plugged in, there's nothing yet, so you have to sit it down. There you go. No AS3X yet. Run the motor up. Okay, the AS3X engaged. Now what we're going to do is take one end of our buddy lead, plug it into the master. Okay, take the slave control. We're going to leave the switch off, and they're both going to be powered from the master. And we're going to plug the slave in and it switched it on. So now if we go back to the master, we've got full control with the master and we've got nothing on the slave. So to send it to the slave, all we're going to do is hold the train switch and we're over to the slave. Now I'm going to run I've got the throttle set to 0 on the master just to show the switch working, and we're going to go up on the throttle with the slave, release the switch, and it's back over to the master. And again, if we flick the switch, we've got the throttle set on the slave control. Now I'm going to let go of the train switch while still taking control with the slave. Nothing. And we're back over to the master. So that's just how I set it up. That's in the basis of how all the other Spectrum radios are set up to each other. So hopefully I've helped somebody. Like I say, it's a great little setup. I'm glad I sort of figured it out and took the plunge to have a go, and my son's really enjoying now being able to be in control and safely be in control. Thanks for watching, guys.